Hello, welcome back, music people. Well, today's album is a classic. I think it's a classic. It's one of the very first albums I bought from this particular band, Queen and the Game. Now, I love this album. So it's the first Queen album I actually bought. It came out in I think it was June 1980. It was originally came out, and it was number one in several countries. I believe it made platinum something like 8 times over, and gold everywhere else, or something like that. It's the only album to actually make number one in the States by Queen. Now on here there is such a mixture of songs. There really is. I mean, for a start, you've got the rock and roll of A Crazy Little Thing Called Love, which was a single, of course, and then you've got the disco, the funk '80s disco of Another One Bites the Dust. Plus, you've got the normal Queen ballads and some rock and various other types of styles. It literally is every track on here is very different. Now, it's also the very first Queen album where they actually used a synthesizer. On a couple of the tracks, it's very apparent that the synthesizer is there. For example, the opening track, Play the Game, that lovely drawn out synth noise at the beginning. Um, there was a lot of a sort of bit of a controversy really when they did Another One Bites the Dust, which was another single of theirs to come off this album, in that it was disco, funk disco. It went down very well in the clubs, and again I believe it was number one over in the States. I think it made about number seven in this country at the time. So the singles that came out of it, of course, was A Crazy Little Thing Called Love, which is the rock and roll track. You got Save Me, which is a good Queen ballad, and let's face it, Freddie Mercury was brilliant at singing ballads. Play the Game, which I was just saying beforehand. Another One Bites the Dust, and I believe they released another Deacon track, Need Your Loving Tonight, but I think that was only released in the States, and it may have also been released in Japan, but I can't remember. So yes, it's a good album. It's a great album, in fact. I remember playing it and playing it to death. My own personal favourite track off this one is Dragon Attack. Now, if there was ever a song that had a mixture of everything in it, that was probably it. It's a good rock song, but it's got a wonderful little bass solo by John Deacon, and it's got some great guitar riffs by Brian May. And I remember when I saw them do this live, and it was amazing. It really was a good track for them to do live, and I think they used to put it in the middle of the song "Now I'm Here." Used to sort of make a medley out of it. So, excuse me. So yes, so so, it's a great track. Sorry, it's a great album. It really is. Now, one of the other things I read about on this one was find the track, Rocket Prime Jive. Now, it's written by Roger Taylor, and I remember seeing an interview once with one of them. Roger Taylor sings most of the vocals on it, but at the beginning it's sung by Freddie Mercury. The reason for this is poor old Rog couldn't quite hit those high notes. So, but it's great when a band works together. That's the sort of things they achieve. So, there you go. One of my favourite albums, Queen and the Game. I recommend you give this a listen if you haven't heard it already, because it really is a good album. Okay, I think that's it for this one. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you're staying indoors and doing as we're told, because we want to help the NHS. Don't want to put too much pressure on those doctors and nurses that are trying to save people's lives. So, thanks again for watching, much appreciated, and I'll see you next time. Bye.